Good morning, Dr. Afiza. We are here to present our case study 2, the problem that we have. Company B is producing chili sauce for export purposes. Fresh raw chilies were washed, ground and cooked in a steam-jacketed kettle at 80 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. Sugar and salt were added. Sodium benzoate was added at 350 ppm. The paste was cooled to room temperature and packed in plastic bottles. The product showed a sign of browning after 3 months of storage, and it turned completely brown after 5 months when displayed at room temperature. However, some countries such as Japan do not allow such high levels of preservative. Thus, the company needs to find a new solution on how to reduce the level of preservative, but at the same time having a shelf life of 1.5 years, and can also prevent the color changes of the product. Thus, we begin the revamp processing stage. Kicking it off is step 1, using raw chilies. As usual, we select the best quality of chilies, and we have gone with fresh chilies this time rather than dried, as dried chilies have lower moisture content and it contains more spores and is more susceptible to microbial growth. Step 2, cleaning. As we know, field harvested vegetables can contain soil or foreign materials. Thus, thorough washing removes soil and foreign materials, helping us to reduce the loads of spoilage bacteria and aids in sanitation. Step 3, blanching. We use steam blanchers. Why? It will be further elaborated. In steam blanchers, a product is transported by a chain or belt conveyor through a chamber where food-grade steam at approximately 100 degrees Celsius is directly injected. Usually, temperature in the headspace is measured and the flow rate of steam is controlled. Steam blanching is usually used for cut and small products. Here we are, the advantages of steam blanching. Less time than water blanching, more efficient, and nutrient leaching is reduced compared to water blanching. Step 4, grinding of chilies. Blanching and boiling has made it easier. Food colloid milling machine, stainless steel chili sauce making machine, and chili grinder machine are just some of the many examples of machines used in this process. The machine that is used, however, in our case is the food colloid milling machine. Step 5, cooking of chilies. Why do we need to cook chilies? Well, cooking is performed for 2 primary reasons. Reason number 1, to make food palatable. Reason number 2, to make it safe by eliminating vegetative pathogens such as Salmonella, Listeria monocytogenes, and enteropathogenic E. coli. Certain ingredients are added such as water and vinegar to provide the base of the mixture, flour to thicken the sauce, sugar and garlic for taste, sodium benzoate, and citric acid. Cooking method: mixture is cooked for 30 minutes. And at 80 degrees Celsius or in a range of 70 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius in a steam-jacketed kettle. And we introduce propellers to separate the chili paste from clumping. Below are just some steps for your references. Why use steam-jacketed kettle? Advantage number 1, it cooks faster. Advantage number 2 is that it saves labor. Advantage number 3 is that the efficiency of steam.
After cooking, the chili sauces were inserted into sous vide. Sous vide is a cooking technique which is a slow cooking at low temperature where the food is kept in vacuum airtight plastic pouches which are submerged in a cook tank or a bath tank. Cooking log reduction. Thermal process usually achieves a 5D to 7D reduction. Cooking processes that target pathogenic spore formers such as Clostridium botulinum, a 6D reduction is suitable. Next is deaeration. Oxidation causes maillard browning to occur. There are a few deaeration methods such as vacuum method, nitrogen sparging, and equilibrium method. In our process, the sauce is deaerated by pulling the vacuum as soon as possible. The temperature should be in the range of 85 to 88 degrees Celsius. Next step is hot filling. Purpose of hot filling is to preserve the taste, vitamins and nutrients, to preserve the ambient temperature shelf life, and it also saves time and money. The steps are, first, we need to cool the liquid to around 82 to 85 degrees. The container is then filled with hot sauces and the headspace is set up. The glass container is sealed immediately. The container is either tilted or inverted to ensure the lid is also sterilized with the hot liquid touching the inside surface for 2 to 3 minutes. The container is then brought to a cooling station. The containers are closed with metal caps which were sterilized with pressurized steam when entering the machine. The types of container used. Glass bottles are used in our processing. This is because glass is chemically stable and it prevents food and container interaction. It is permeable to gas, bacteria and odor. Plus, it is transparent and the visibility of product will attract customers. Not only that, glass can also withstand thermal processing. Anti-browning agent. Example of anti-browning agent used is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is added to prevent maillard browning. But at certain times, in the presence of amino acid and acidic buffer, such as citric acid, ascorbic acid can undergo browning. 0.5 grams per 100 gram of ascorbic acid is added into chili sauce. Maillard browning. Causes of maillard browning. The first is the breakdown of sucrose under high temperature. When high thermal is applied, sucrose breaks down to reducing sugars such as glucose and fructose that can undergo maillard browning. 16 grams per 100 gram of sucrose is added into chili sauce. Not only that, chili naturally contains 0.99% of reducing sugar. Although the amount is very low, it is still capable to undergo maillard browning. We need to take note that no enzymatic browning takes place. This is because the processing is done under high temperature and it is safe to assume that all the enzymes have been fully inactivated. There will be no need to inhibit enzymes such as polyphenol oxidase. And again, browning can occur due to the degradation of ascorbic acid into dehydroascorbic acid, and the quinones may accumulate and cause browning. Addition of citric acid in chili. Targeted pH is 4.5 and below. Amount added is 1.42 gram per 500 milliliters. Citric acid is added to reduce the pH and to prevent microorganism growth. And citric acid can also act as an anti-browning agent as it can prevent the browning of ascorbic acid. Finally, sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate at high levels is not allowed in Japan, and no sodium benzoate is allowed to be used in the processing of chili sauce. Instead of using sodium benzoate, benzoic acid can be added to preserve the chili sauce. 0.06% of benzoic acid can be added. Benzoic acid helps to extend shelf life just as well as sodium benzoate. These are the list of references that we have used. These are the group members' names